Okay, so let's move on to lesson D in Unit 7. But before we do that, let's talk about compound nouns. In lesson D, we will be talking about and looking at compound nouns. Okay, so let's find out what they are. A compound noun is a noun that is made up of two or more words. Most compound nouns in English are formed by nouns modified by other nouns or adjectives. When we say most compound nouns in English are formed by nouns modified by other nouns or adjectives, what we're talking about is basically two nouns together, right? Or a noun and an adjective. We put those two together and we have a compound noun. Okay? Let's look at an example and I think you'll get it a little bit easier. The words tooth and paste are each nouns in their own right, but if you join them together, they form a new word, toothpaste. Okay, so let's look at this. We have tooth, which is a noun, and paste, which is a noun. We put them together and we get toothpaste. Toothpaste is a compound noun. Let's look at another one. The word black is an adjective and board is a noun. If you join them together, they form a new word, blackboard. And a blackboard is a noun. So this adjective, black, plus this noun, board, becomes a compound noun, a thing, a blackboard. In both these examples, the first word modifies or describes the second word, telling us what kind of object or person it is, or its purpose, The second part identifies the object or the person in question. Okay, let's look at some more examples. First part, police. Second part, man. Compound noun, policeman. Police, noun, man, noun, policeman. Compound noun. Boy, friend, boyfriend. Boy, noun, friend, noun, compound noun, boyfriend. Water, tank. Compound noun, water tank. Let's look at something different. Full, which is an adjective. Description, right? Full. Plus moon, which is a noun. The compound noun, the new word, is full moon. Soft, adjective. Soft describes the noun, right? Soft. Ware is a noun. Put them together, software. New compound noun. All right. If you have any trouble with these, let me know and I'll give you some more examples and or help you to define it a little bit better. Okay? Let's move on. Lesson D, reading. Now we have an exercise here where we have to read. All right? Before you read this passage, which is a credit card nightmare, look at the reading tip. Skim the magazine article, answer the question. So let's look at the tip. I've blown it up a little bit here for you. One way to organize information is to give problems and solutions. One way to organize information is to give problem and solutions. Now, before we've been talking about organizing information in order or prioritizing them, right? But the tip says another way to do this is to give problems and solutions. If you don't have the book with you, or you have the old book, or if you're not looking at this on your phone, you can scan this barcode and you can listen to the track. The track is basically the verbal audio of this passage, A Credit Card Nightmare. If you have the old book, you can listen to CD 2, track 14. Before you read, what problem did the people have? Number 2, what did they solve? How did they solve it? Well, it's kind of hard to figure out how they solved the problem. Obviously, it's pretty clear that the problem was something to do with a credit card. Okay, so I don't really know how they want us to answer how did they solve their problem. They started out here pretty happy, so I don't really know how they ended up here at the end. So I don't know if I can answer this. So let's go ahead and take some time and listen or read this passage, and then we will go through the questions together. All right? Go ahead and read it or listen to it now. Okay, so after reading or listening to this passage, now I'm pretty sure we can answer these questions. All right, so let's answer them together. What problem did the people have? Their problem was debt, because they used credit cards to buy things for their new house. That's what I got. Number 2, how did they solve it? They met with a debt counselor and made a budget. They also combined their 6 credit card payments into one monthly payment. So that's what I got. Hopefully you got the same thing or something similar. If not, please go over this and read it again and see if you can find those answers in this passage. All right, so let's move on. Number 3, after you read, check your understanding. What word in the article means terrible experience? The word that I found that meant terrible experience was, it was a nightmare. Right here in our passage, it was a nightmare, says Mrs. Kim. The interest rates were 19% to 24%. That's a nightmare. That's pretty much a nightmare. What is the main idea of the article? To me, the main idea of the article was credit cards are dangerous. So if we look here, this is where I got the main idea. Credit cards are dangerous. That's why they were a nightmare. When did Mr. and Mrs. Kim get their first credit card? They got their first credit card 1 week after they got married. I read that here. Sun Hai and Joseph Kim got their first credit card a week after they got married. Number 4, when did their problems begin? Their problems began after they bought a new house. I got that here. This is where I read that. The couple's problems began after they bought a new house. Number 5, how did they pay for everything? They paid for everything using more and more credit cards. A total of 6. I got that here. To pay for everything, they applied for more and more credit. Soon they had 6 different credit cards, and they were more than $18,000 in debt. Number 6. According to the article, what things did the Kims do to reduce their debt? The things that the Kims did to reduce their debt were: they met with a debt counselor, made a budget, and combined their payments into one monthly payment. I got that here. Luckily, the Kims found a solution. They met Dolores Delgado, a debt counselor. With her help, they looked at all of their living expenses and made a family budget. They combined their 6 credit card payments into one monthly payment with a lower interest rate. Number 7. What do you think the Kims will have? What do you think the Kims will have? Do you think the Kims will have financial problems in the future? What evidence supports your answer? Well, my answer was no. I don't think they will have financial problems in the future. The evidence that supports my answer is they know how dangerous credit cards are now. I got that here. Now, I'm sorry, I'll start here. We've cut up our credit cards. That's pretty serious. They don't want to ever use them again. We've cut up our credit cards, says Mr. Kim. No more expensive furniture. In 5 years, we can pay off our debt. Now we know. Credit cards are dangerous. All right, so that's what I found for number 3. These are the 7 answers that I came up with. Hopefully you came up with the same ones. If you didn't and you had something different, let me know and let's talk about it. Maybe you're correct. All right? If not, those are the answers that I found and how I found them. All right? So let's move on. Okay, so middle of the page, page 91. B, build your vocabulary. Okay? Find these words in the reading and then underline them. All right? So let's go over what these words are first. Okay? They are compound nouns. Okay? The first one is credit card. Credit card. Second one is debt counselor. Debt counselor. We don't pronounce that B. We don't say debit counselor for this word. Okay? It's debt counselor. The next word is family budget. Family budget. The next word is interest rates. Interest rates. And then the last one is minimum payments. Minimum payments. Okay? So, find these words in the reading and underline them. Now, what I've done is I've gone through the reading and I've underlined them in different colors so that they will stand out for our lesson. Credit card is red. Debt counselor is white. Family budget is black. Interest rates are orange. And minimum payments are green. Okay? So here's what I found. Credit card, credit card, credit card, credit cards. Next one is debt counselor. Debt counselor. That's the only one that I found. Next one is family budget. Family budget. That's the only one I found. The next one is interest rates. Interest rates. That's the only one that I found. And then the last one is minimum payments. Minimum payments. That's the only one that I found. Okay? Hopefully you found the same. If you have any problems with this, let me know. Okay, so let's look at number 2. Work with a partner. Circle the correct answers. Look at the words in exercise B1. They are compound nouns. So these words are compound nouns. In each of the 2 word combinations, the first word is, okay, let's look at each one. All right. First word is, compound noun is credit card. The first, in each of the 2 word combination, the first word is, so credit is a noun. So I would circle A for a noun. Debt counselor. The first word is debt. Debt is a noun. Family budget. Family, the first word family, is a noun. The next word, interest rates. Interest, the first word is interest. So interest is a noun. And the last word, minimum payments. Minimum, that's an adjective. That describes the noun. Okay, minimum, meaning small. Okay, so on this one, I would say an adjective, B. Number 2, look at the words again. The second word is, let's look at this one, credit card. The second word, card, is a noun. Debt counselor. Counselor is a noun. Family budget. Budget is a noun. Interest rates. Rates is a noun. And then minimum payments. Payments is a noun. So for all of these, the second word is a noun. A. Okay, hopefully you got that. If you have any questions, let me know. You can email me or send me a message on WhatsApp, or you can put it right in the chat, in the group chat. Number 3, match each compound noun with its meaning. Number 1, credit card. For that one, I put B. A small plastic card that allows you to buy something now and pay for it later. Interest rates. Interest rate. That one I put as D. The rate, percentage, of interest that you must pay each month on a credit card balance. Number 3, minimum payment. Number 3 is, I put down C. The smallest payment you can make each month on a credit card. And then number 4, debt counselor. That one I put as E. A person who helps you solve financial problems. And then number 5, family budget. I put as A spending plan that a family makes for itself. All right, so I hope you got those correct. If not, if you had any problems with that, with number 3, please go back and read the passage, A Credit Card Nightmare, and see if you can get these answers. All right. Number 4 is work with your classmates. Write other noun plus noun combinations, meaning write other compound noun combinations. So we've talked about a bunch of them, right? See if you can come up with some more. And please share them with us in WhatsApp, or you can share them with me through email or through WhatsApp, a personal message or DM, actually. All right, great. So let's move on to page 92.